Hello everybody and welcome to this week's singing session. Usual 3 songs this week, and actually I'm going to skip the warm-up because two of them are really quite lengthy, and to avoid this video going on for ages and ages and ages, I'm going to skip the warm-up, go straight in with the first song, something we've done lots of times and you know very, very well. Just need to check the pitch is right. It's Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square, and everyone knows the main tune. That certain night, the night we met, etc. And all soft consonants. Not that certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air, but that certain night, the night we met. Really, really croony. Let's just sing that bit. Go. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in a Berkeley Square. And you notice I did lots of sliding around. There were angels dining at the Ritz. Really slide. And then it's the same tune. I may be right. Ready? I may be right. I may be wrong. But I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in a Berkeley Square. So basically it's the main tune twice. Then we get the middle bit, which is a bit more sense of urgency. So more words fit in. It's a bit of a snappy rhythm. The moon that lingered over London. And as it goes up, just grow into it. The moon that lingered over London town. Really chew the ending. So ready this whole section? The moon that lingered over London town. Poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. I'm going to milk it there. Then it's back to the first tune. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in a Berkeley Square. Then there's a little ending bit. I know 'cause I was there. You know, lots of vibrato. You can really wobble around. I know 'cause I was there. And then really, really drag it out. That night in a Berkeley. And I'll even let you get away with the breath before the square. You know, hold it for as long as possible. And then it tails off, and the ending into silence. So really, really, really wallow in the ending. That night in Berkeley, etc., etc. And then those of you that sing with me regularly will know we do the little introductory bit. When true lovers meet in Mayfair, so the legends tell. And don't make it too rigid. Don't go when true lovers meet in Mayfair. No, it's not. It's quite free. Sprechgesang, you know, half spoken, half sung. When true lovers meet in Mayfair, so the legends tell. You tell the story. Songbirds sing. Winter turns to spring. So let's do that first bit. Ready? When true lovers meet in Mayfair, so the legends tell. Songbirds sing. Winter turns to spring. And then almost the same thing again. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath a spell. And again, you know, just don't go every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath the spell. You know, it's all setting the scene. Ready? Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath a spell. And then this is the odd bit. I know such enchantment can it be. And it's getting that note. And actually, it's not as difficult as you think. So the first two notes you sing are I know. You sing those two, I know. And if you think in between those is that one. If you frown, or if you sort of just that side of the face, I know. B, just think of that in the middle. I know such enchantment can it be. And in fact, I find it much easier. You sort of slide around, sort of slightly grope around in the dark. I know such enchantment can it be. And then settle on it. Let's do that bit. I know such enchantment can it be. And then, 'cause it happened one evening to me. And then we go into the main tune. So all the way through from the beginning, real crooning special. Lots of vibrato, lots of frowning, lots of that going on. I think I said to you in Zoom choir last week, those of you that joined in, said, no, it's not reality, it's music. It's music, it's an entirely different world. So from the beginning. So the legends tell, songbirds sing, winter turns to spring. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath a spell. I know such enchantment can it be, 'cause it happened one evening to me. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, oh puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I know 'cause I was there that night in Berkeley Square. Ah, fabulous. Right, so quite a meaty hard work sing, bit of culture for the second thing. So we're doing Ave Maria, and yes, lots and lots of versions. This is the version. It's the Bach first one of the 48 Preludes and Fugues, etc., which Charles Gounod added a tune over. And it's wonderful. It has to be, I always say this to you when we sing it, has to be very operatic. Don't go pious on me. Yeah, it's very, very operatic. At the time this was written, church music amazingly over the top in the Catholic Church. And so it has to be, you're not standing in church sort of nicely like that. You're standing on the stage at La Scala. And it's all about shape. It's all about shape. No, never just sticks. There's lots and lots of long notes in it, but they don't just hold there. Don't go. So it's aiming. It's always aiming for somewhere or going away. So there's always a sense of heading into a phrase, having reached the climax phrase, the high point of it, and then relaxing again. And generally it's sort of aiming into the phrase and it just relaxes before the end. So the first phrase, Maria, don't give her a y, Maria, but Marie, bright, not Marie, Maria. Let's do that first phrase, go. Then it starts a whole succession of these phrases where the first note's 2.5 beats long. Grazia plena. Actually, going to do a bit higher. Going to go from there. Grazia plena. That's it. Bit of a growl then. So 2.5 beats. Grazia plena. Then exactly the same pattern. Dominus tecum. And when you jump down, don't close your mouth. Don't go gra and do. Keep it open. Grazia plena. And aim for the end of the phrase. Plena Dominus tecum. And then a longer one. And just dust it at the start of it. Don't hit it. But Benedicta. And it's aiming for the end of the two. That note at the end of it, even though it's quite low, and I know particularly sopranos will be going, oh, it's too low, it's too low. You've got to really dig it out from there. Benedicta two. So let's go from the beginning up to there. Ready, and go. Then a big breath, and Grazia plena. Then a bit more. Dominus tecum. Benedicta. So that's reached quite a loud point. And I'm going to pull it back, and again it's a succession of phrases which grow in a moo. And carefully, don't moo at me. Think of an o in a mulieribus. And again, head towards the end of the phrase. So 2.5 beats in a mulieribus, and then et benedictus. Hard kt, really percussive ktus. So let's do those two. In mu two, go. In mulieribus et benedictus. And then a big long phrase which splits into 3 little sections, lots of breaths. Fructus. So 2.5 beats again, and then just don't slide. Fructus. So just slightly nudge them. Fructus. And then sneak a breath. Ventris. And it's building up, and then sneak another breath. To Jesu. And it's in with the zoo. Zoo, not zoo. Don't zoo, but zoo. Keep your jaw down. So really, let's go from fructus and go. Fructus ventris to Jesu. So let's do the whole section. So we go back to in mulier and go. In mulieribus et benedictus. Then start quiet. Fructus ventris to Jesu. And then we start the big build-up. This is so we're going to pull back a little bit. Done a big build-up during the first section, gone quiet, big build-up during the second section. When we get to the Sanctus, again, we have to pull it back in, otherwise, there's nowhere to go. So you put it right back down again. Sanctus, Sancta even, sorry. Sa and Sa. Drop the jaw, not sank. Don't think, no sank, but Sancta Maria. Quite, sense of excitement. Sancta Maria, Sancta Maria. If you practice on doing that, if you walk around the house, Sancta Maria, not Sancta Maria. And the ma of the Maria, make it as quick as possible. Sancta Maria. So it springs into the next one. Let's do that and go. Sancta Maria. And then Sancta Maria. Maria. So they get louder and more insistent. It's a big build-up there. So the Sanctus, and just careful at the bottom note. Sancta Maria. That one's easy. And then Sancta Maria. That's the difficult one then. Maria. So the Sanctas and go. Sancta Maria. Sancta Maria. Maria. Then back again. Same pattern we've done these build-ups. It's moving in waves, builds up again, and then back down. Ora pro nobis. Careful of the shape there. Same note when you carry on. Ra pro nobis. We're back to 2.5 beats. Ora pro nobis. Nobis peccatoribus. And that's a really nasty jump. And I said to you earlier on, dust it. When you jump up to it, nobis pecca. So before you jump up, raise your eyebrows, drop the jaw in advance. Don't go nobis pecca, and look surprised. Nobis, start stretching the face. Peccator. And just hit it quietly and then grow into it. Nobis peccatoribus. So join those two together. Ora pro no and go. Ora pro nobis. Nobis peccatoribus. And then the really big build up. Think of a hard K. Nunk. And breathe in there. Got to get a really big breath. 2.5 beats, but put the on the third beat. Nunk et in ora. That's the ascent into heaven. Oh, you need to flutter your little wings and go to heaven. Nunk et in ora. And again, don't hit it too hard. It's quite a high note for most of you. Nunk. So you start it quietly and then grow into it. Ora. Nunk et in ora. And then sneak a breath. In ora. Then another breath. Mortis nostrae. So that's a huge phrase there. So we're going to go nunk and breathe. Et in ora and breathe again. In ora and breathe. Mortis nostrae. Mortis nostrae. Mortis, mortis. With the rrr, you can do it. Useful life skill. Rrr, yeah. Mortis nostrae. So let's go from, nunk et in, ready and go. Nunk et in ora, mortis nostrae. Then it's just the amen. And the key to it, keep your mouth open and don't chew the Don't go Amen. Yeah, no Amen. None of that at all there. Oh, we suddenly head off down in the West Country. We do Amen, but Amen. So the M as quick as you can do it. Don't do So when you do the if you put a finger on your nose, you do the sound, you feel air coming out there. So it wastes lots of air. Meh, and meh, not men. Because again, that sound, lots of air leakage. Amen. A little flick of the tongue, the roof of the mouth for the N. But don't do men. Don't do men. Just men. Just goes up there and the sound stops. So the amen and go. Amen. And shape it. Aim for the meh. Amen. And then away again. And then the second one, just a bit quieter. But I almost went too quiet then. Get that thing, you know exactly what I mean. If you go too quiet, the sound just sort of cracks and stops. So don't go too quiet too quickly. And the second time, you can put the longer on it, because it just tails off into nothing. So let's do the two amens and go. So, I need to have a quick swig of tea. I had people making comments about the fact that it seemed to be a sharp piano keyboard mug. It's a slightly odd piano keyboard if it was with different length black notes. I think it's not entirely sure. I think it's more of a sort of skyscraper. It's got a sort of 30s graphic design look about it. But yes, I think loads of people. I think there was someone also said I was wearing a shirt which slightly looked like a piano keyboard as well a couple of weeks back. So I'll try and coordinate everything together soon. But yes, quick drink. Do have a drink. I've been saying this to you because of central heating, lots and lots of dry air. And it's a bit of an endurance sing, this one. So lots of breaths. Like some of the show songs you do, the key to it, when you get to the end of a line, Ave, don't do that. Sing right to the end of it and spring into the next one. Ave Maria. There's sort of sense of urgency and it goes into the next line. So it's not Ave Maria. Go on. So if you do that, after a while, you just there's no ability to get started again. So really, you engage at the beginning, and from then on, everything is engaged into full. It's a proper diaphragmatic breathing mode. Gratia plena, and you spring into the next one. And actually, it's much easier to sing like that if you constantly go, each time you go to go into the next, but you probably won't take a very good breath and you'll find it more difficult. So keep the pressure on down there all the way through from beginning to end. So from beginning, imagine yourself, Notre Dame in Paris when it reopens. Huge procession going on, and your job is to transport everyone with delight. fabulous, beautiful, beautiful bit of music. Gounod, very underrated composer, in my opinion. He wrote things that people enjoyed listening to, so he never was sort of taken quite as seriously, and did stick to sort of generally slightly lighter music, but certainly wrote fabulous, fabulous vocal music. Really, really understood what a good line was to sing and to listen to. So great bit of music, that. Great bit of music. So, final one. Quick cup of tea. It's a bit of Bob Dylan, slight mood change, bit of blowing in the wind. You don't have to put the Bob Dylan voice on. And I think, I will try and resist the temptation. Some of you will, I know, play along with ukulele, those people who are in ukulele groups and things, with some of these videos. I have to remember exactly, but I tend to add in extra chords. So if you are playing on ukulele, rather than the normal ones, in the chorus, G, F sharp, B minor. The rest of it's fine. I put in a lot sus4, but otherwise, those of you that do enjoy a bit of a sing along with ukulele, you'll be fine. Really, you know it. So just all the way through. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this week's singing session. As ever, please do carry on sending me suggestions of songs that you'd like me to feature over the next few weeks. Hopefully now we are on the home straight to being able to get back to meeting together soon. But in the meantime, please do send me suggestions because they really are appreciated. Otherwise, take care. Hope to see you soon.